All right. Well, we'll kick this off and um, start by saying thanks everybody for joining. And uh, this is something quite different for our holiday party. Typically, we can get together and actually see each other, but hopefully next year we won't be doing this. So thanks everybody for coming. We've got a couple special guests. We have Diane Robinson from the Adult Day Center and Brian Awicki, Vice President of Operations for the Patriots. So we'll start with Brian Awicki, and he's been with the Patriots since 2000. And he was born and raised in Flemington, graduated with an associate's degree from Raritan Valley and a bachelor's in marketing from TCNJ. He's responsible for all the ballpark operations, marketing, and ticket sales. He lives in White House with his wife, Anne Marie, and their dog, Yogi, as it says. I like the Yogi reference there, Brian.
That'd be a good baseball reference.
And I just want to thank Brian for the many years of partnership. We've worked with Brian all these 20 years, I guess, 20 some years. And it's been a great experience. And maybe, Brian, you could talk a little bit about what the this new partnership with the Yankees is going to mean for the community and for the Patriots and everyone.
Sure. It's really exciting. You know, it's not something that we were necessarily seeking when the Yankees came knocking on our door. We you know, we're quite content being in the Atlantic League and had a great run there. And one day the Yankees came a calling. They, as a matter of fact, it was Memorial Day weekend. My boss, Patrick, the president and general manager, called me up on a Saturday and said, "Hey, I got some interesting news. The Yankees want to come take a look at our ballpark." And I said, "Oh, that's interesting." I said, "So all right, so well, when next week do they want to come?" And he said, "No, they want to come tomorrow." So this is Memorial Day weekend. I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, you know, so this is May. We haven't done anything to the ballpark because, you know, we're in the middle of the pandemic. We didn't even know if we were even playing our season at that point. So the ballpark was a mess. So we got a whole bunch of guys in here and spent about the next 10 hours on a Saturday cleaning. You know, our groundskeeper had the field lined and ready to go like it was a game. And the Yankees, Brian Cashman, who's the general manager of the Yankees, and the director of baseball operations came out that Sunday morning. We walked around for about 3 hours with them. And they decided that after several months, we back and forth with them, and they went and looked at a lot of places, you know, but we had built such a great reputation for ourselves, and the fact that we had pioneered a groundbreaking partnership with Major League Baseball to bring independent baseball into the fold. They were very excited about that. They knew we were the leaders of that. Our ownership group is incredibly strong. The Califer family, if some of you guys know them, they're amazing people. We're very fortunate to have worked through that, you know, work for them through this whole thing, where probably 95% of professional sports teams laid off all their employees. We didn't. You know, he basically said, you know, keep your folks busy and you know, and get everybody going and you know, do what you can, and we'll keep people employed, and we did. So we're very proud about that. Once we got into, you know, the last couple months, the deal, there was a deal between Major League Baseball and Minor League Baseball that was expiring. Major League Baseball is absorbing the operations of Minor League Baseball, which was interesting timing, you know, for us, because that means that the deal that they had with the Trenton Thunder could be broken. Hopefully there's no Trenton Thunder fans on this call. I would hope not. I think you're all Patriots fans. But it was a good thing. You know, they had some issues there, and you know, Major League Baseball is looking to bring their affiliates geographically closer to all their home ballparks, and we fit the bill. We now become the Yankees' closest geographic affiliate. We also have a state-of-the-art performance center here that they're going to plan on using year-round for all their rehabbing players. And if you guys are baseball guys and know the Yankees, some of their big stars tend to be hurt quite often, which I think they're trying to fix. They don't want that to happen, but But there'll be probably guys like, Stanton and Judge and all those big names that you see out there here at the ballpark right here in Somerset County, potentially rehabbing, and that could be in the off season too. So it'll be very exciting. It's a global brand. It's going to be putting a ton more eyes on the Patriots, on Somerset County, New Jersey. Even though the Yankees were in New Jersey before, this gives a little bit of a different perspective. This is a beautiful area. As you guys have known coming to the ballpark, we pride ourselves in the way we keep the facility, and our groundskeeper Dan is a magician, and they love the way that he keeps the field. And actually, Brian Cashman commented that our field, when they came out in May, was in better shape at that point than the field at Yankee Stadium was. So that made us feel pretty good. So we're very excited, very proud of that, and it's going to be a great thing for the community. It's going to be a great thing for all of our partners, like all of our friends at Alpine. It's going to put more eyes on the product, and the Yankees are very excited about the way that we've done business. So I will be calling on you guys, because there is a lot of projects actually that we have to do. We're going to be redoing a lot of things around the ballpark. We actually started a fairly substantial renovation project, and there's a lot of IT infrastructure that's going to be put in, including they have these crazy camera scouting systems that they have. So I'll definitely be calling on Bill and Jason and all you guys to give us some help once we get to that point. There's going to be a lot of really cool stuff that we're gonna make this place the most high-tech, state-of-the-art minor league baseball facility anywhere in the country. It's going to be pretty cool.
That's great. Well, whatever you need from us, as always there, Brian, just give us a call.
I appreciate that.
Question for a lot of those, of course, Frank doesn't need to know this because Frank knew it when he was 4 years old, I think, but can you explain to us what this farm system is all about? And I know it came, the name came because they used to have players play literally on farms and stuff and they practiced and they actually played on farms. But so that's why they call it the farm system. But can you explain to us what AA means and AAA and A and all that?
Yeah, so I mean, the minor league baseball system has been around for 100 years. It was gone through many iterations. This is going to be the latest iteration of minor league baseball. It's the previous agreement was in place for the last 20 or so years. There used to be a lot of levels. I mean, there was probably 6 different levels in minor league baseball, or actually 7. They've actually trimmed it down to 4. So there's going to be 4 farm teams or minor league affiliates, as they're called now. In every team, there's going to be what they call a low A ball, a high A ball, a AA, and a AAA. So we're going to be AA, which means that we're going to be the second step, before they make the majors. But the good thing is here at the AA level, we're also going to probably have more emphasis on our facility in terms of their players that, their top stars that might need to have a rehab start if they get hurt, and they need to play a couple games before they get them back in the big leagues. This is probably going to be their number 1 facility for that. 1, because of our geographic closeness, and 2, because of the facility that we have and that we're putting together. They're building this. We are building this facility out as per their specs to be their number 1 facility. The farm system, and what it means for us in terms of a business is really nothing on the business side. We continue to run the business exactly the way we've run it for 22 years here at the ballpark. We're not changing how we run things. We're not changing, all of the fun things that we do. A lot of people think that the Yankees now own the team. That's not the case. We're still owned by the Califers. All of us that have been here for 20 plus years are still here. The great thing about this, what this means for us, is the Yankees now provide us players. So the players all come through their player development folks. They pay for all the salaries, the insurance, the baseball equipment. So it's great because now that's things that we used to have to pay for ourselves. Being in independent baseball, we no longer have to pay for any of that. So it's a great thing for us. It helps us keep more money in our pockets and helps us do more things for the ballpark and for the community, for that matter, which is great. And a lot of teams that were out there before. There was 160 affiliates throughout the country. This year, minor league baseball trimmed that to 120. So they've knocked out 40 something teams. There was 3 teams in the country that were previously independent. Ourselves, the Sugarland Skeeters in Houston, who were in our league as well, and the St. Paul Saints in Minnesota. All 3 of us have become affiliated. Houston and Sugarland and St. Paul are gone AAA for the Astros and for the Minnesota Twins, and we're AA for the Yankees. So it's very exciting for the 3 independent teams. This would have never happened, 5 years ago had we not built this groundbreaking partnership with Major League Baseball. So it really is it's really exciting, for an independent team to to have done that. And if you go back, there's a really cool documentary that actually shows just how much Major League Baseball really thought of the independent leagues as the the dirt of the earth. They didn't really care about us. They didn't think we were real baseball. There's a cool documentary called The Battered Bastards of Baseball. It's on Netflix. If you have a chance to watch it, it's Kurt Russell and his father. It's actually a true story. They used to own an independent team out in Oregon, I think it was. Interesting watch. It's about an hour and a half. Kind of just shows you how Major League Baseball treated the independent leagues back in the day. And I won't ruin too much of it, but if you get a chance to watch it, it's a fun movie.
Wow, that's great, Brian. Yeah, and we want to thank the Patriots for it. It's always been a community-focused organization, as the Califers are always community-focused. So
sure,
that's one of the reasons why we partnered with them early on, because we knew what the Califers were about. We knew what the mission was, and they were very explicit about, it's all about the community here. So thank you for all that you've done, and we appreciate you taking the time this morning and sharing all that with us. Thank you, Brian.
My pleasure, and I just want to thank you guys and all the staff that's on the call. I've spoken to many of you guys over the years, multiple times, and I just can't thank you guys enough for everything that you guys do for us. I mean, just the stuff that we have, and the fact that we know our network is always up and running and that we're safe, and anytime I need something, I get a call back immediately. You guys are amazing, and we can't thank you guys enough.
Thank you. We appreciate the partnership.
Have
a happy holiday season.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Can I ask a quick question before we jump off? Brian,
Sure.
Hi, it's Joanne.
Hey, Joanne.
Thanks for coming on this morning and doing this for us.
My pleasure.
Just a question that's come up a lot from people that I've been talking to. They're going to
Sure.
remain the Somerset Patriots, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, we're not changing our branding, our name, anything like that. The only thing that we're going to be doing is adding pinstripes to the uniforms, because we can, and it's iconic for the Yankees to have their pinstripes. So we're going to be adding them onto the uniforms, which is exciting, and we'll be selling some co-branded merchandise up in the gift shop, which is great too. And the interest in stuff like that and season tickets has just been off the hook so far, which is outstanding. So
that's great.
Cool. And one more thing, we're not losing our seats, right?
No. I promise I won't. Alpine is not losing their seats. You guys are way too important to me, so believe me, we are not losing your seats. I promise.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks a lot again, Brian.
My
Have a
pleasure.
happy holiday.
Thanks, Brian.
Just so everybody knows, a portion of all the proceeds of the Patriots goes directly back to Somerset County, and they have put, I don't even know what the number is anymore, but it is a lot of money into the coffers of Somerset County, which has allowed the county to provide a whole lot of services that they would have had to raise taxes for or been unable to do. So thanks again, Brian.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. And as Bill said, we've been taxpayer neutral for the entire time, and we've done nothing, but help, put that money back into our community, and that's what we do. We were completely, funded through a variety of different sources, but no taxpayer money ever paid for anything here at the ballpark, which is great.
That's great. Thanks again. Have a happy holiday season.
Thank you, all of you guys too. I appreciate it, and I'll be in touch with you guys soon to start working on all this cool IT stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Brian.
All right.
Happy holidays.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we have Diane Robinson. She's the executive director of the Adult Day Center, which is an independent nonprofit serving the greater Somerset County community. They provide compassionate daycare services for vulnerable seniors, adults living with a disability or dementia-related illness, and support and education for their caregiving families. And we all know them, and we support them and their mission, which is a great mission. So Diane, you want to say a few words, and we'll show a video that you have put together, the people there have put together, showing some of the people that you serve, as well as the people who serve those people. So welcome aboard, Diane.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me this morning. I don't think I'm much of an excuse for a Christmas party, but thank you for inviting me. So Joanne asked me to give a little bit of our history. It's kind of funny to talk after the gentleman from the Patriots, because that's where our home is. We are located right next to the Patriots Stadium, and we've been there since 2011. Prior to that, about 44 years ago, our founder started our organization in a church basement in Bound Brook as a volunteer. He knew that there weren't many alternatives for older folks back in the day for other than long-term care or nursing home placement when they needed some assistance during the day. So we grew from a small group of people in a church basement. Then we moved into the People Care building in Findern, which is a home for nonprofits. We were there for 20 some years. During that time, we really outgrew our space. We had an 8-month waiting list for people to attend our program. So that's when we started the capital campaign to build the building we are in now. As you said, we take care of vulnerable seniors. So these are folks that actually need assistance during the day. They need assistance with their activities of daily living, like walking, transferring, eating, toileting. All the people that come to our program have a family caregiver at home, and what we're trying to do is give that family caregiver a break so they can continue to work or take some time for themselves, not have the burden of 24/7 care, and also be able to keep their loved ones at home and in the community as long as possible. We are an independent nonprofit, so even though we're the Adult Day Center of Somerset County, we're not a county organization. We are contracted providers with the state and the county for several programs that they have to provide adult day care services for folks that are low income or vulnerable in other ways. We also do a great deal of fundraising. You guys have always supported us, and that's great. We rely heavily on local businesses as well as individuals. The Patriots have been very good to us, and so have the Califers. And we also get a lot of support from past caregivers.
Excellent.
Things were. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Things were very normal for us up until last March, like everybody else. Nobody anticipated what was going to happen. And the population that we serve is considered the most high risk for COVID-19. So we had to pivot our services, and what we've been doing since then is all, we call it distance programming, but it's all virtual, as we do a lot of Facebook Live activities. We do Zoom activities. We've been dropping off care packages to people's homes, making calls, running a virtual caregiver support group. And just like everybody else right now, we're just trying to get by, and we can't wait to be back in person and have our folks back with us.
That's great. Yeah. Great job you do there. So I'm going to, we'll kick off a video that you provided to us, and let's hope that the sound works the way it's supposed to. I hope the sound was good for everybody. That was an excellent video. They put one together every year, and the work they do is incredible. Anybody have any questions for Diane?
No,
Diane,
just,
No question.
Go ahead, Steve.
no, I was just gonna say I don't have any questions. I just wanted to say thank you for doing that and being such an important part of our community.
Thank you very much, and thank you guys for all you do for us.
Now, you said that you're not a county facility. You're primarily funded by a variety of organizations and individuals, right? As well as your
Correct.
fundraising events and whatever. So again, another organization right downtown Bridgewater there that brings joy to the entire community with no taxpayer funds supported. So the amount of benefit that you and the Patriots bring is just amazing.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you, Diane.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Diane.
Thank you guys so much. You guys all have good holidays and a happy new year. No, let's look forward to
Thanks
talking.
again,
holidays.
Diane.
All right,
Yep,
you do the
you
same.
All right, take care.
Merry Christmas.
You too, Diane.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So we're going to turn now to hear from everybody in terms of, we can all talk about all the challenging things of this year and how this has been a challenge for everybody. And I just wanted to say thank you all for the commitment you have through this very difficult time. And thank God that we've really thrived in this horrible, horrible pandemic. But I don't want to focus on the negative. I'd like to focus on the positive, and I'd like to go down the list alphabetically and just hear just a couple of things or one or two things that you found was something that was an unexpected benefit of the year. So I guess we'll start with be prepared to unmute your phones, obviously, and I guess we'll start with Adam.
Good morning, everybody. Since March, as far as trying to maintain the positive outlook of a lot of trying to maintain a positive outlook with everything, it's very easy to get bogged down in the it's very easy to get bogged down in the negative. But as far as positivity go, as far as something positive, I've really tried to take this opportunity to really look inward and try to really do a lot of work on myself. It's very easy to get it's very easy to almost lose sight of everything in the day-to-day. And so really trying to focus a lot on my family and really trying to focus a lot on myself and really trying to improve myself and really make a lot of and trying to find how can I say this? Just looking and trying to keep on the bright side of life has been a positive thing for me. It's a bit tough to say when you're not going out and experiencing some adventure. I did try to get down to the beach and get outside over the summer, so that was certainly another positive thing. But it's really just the focusing inward on myself as the real positive that I think that's come out of this for me, and I feel like it's. I feel like it's certainly made a difference in my life and the lives around my family and everyone as well. So I'm going to go with that. Just focusing inward has been the real positive and a real strength for me through all this. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Adam. We'll turn to Alex. Let's hear from Alex.
Well, the biggest positive I can think of from this year is since we're working from home, without the commute, I'm getting about an hour and a half to an hour and 40 minutes of time back in my life every day that I've been able to focus on my family with, see my kids more, hang out with them, play with them, get close to what they're doing in school, and it's had a really positive effect on us in that regard.
Excellent. Thanks, Alex. Anthony.
Yeah, I'd have to say I've gotten a lot more sleep because of it. I'm commuting less. It is really, really nice. I have to say I enjoy it. I also am not on 78 as much as I used to be, so a lot safer in that regard. No more accidents or burning trucks on the side of the road. So it's a great thing. No, it's really, really nice. I really enjoy it. There's a lot of positive things from it, and I've definitely, put on some weight since last year that I had lost the previous year, but I can't complain. It's really, really nice.
Excellent. Thanks, Anthony. Ben.
Yeah, I mean, I really time has been the best thing for me. I mean, I used to wake up about 6 in the morning, and then by the time I was done with work and the commute and everything else, I'd be home by about 9:30, 10 o'clock every night. So I really had no time to the day. And now I have so much time, I don't know what to do with it after work. It feels like I have a whole second day to tackle. So that's been great.
Mhm.
And on top of that, yeah, I've been getting out a lot more. I mean, unfortunately, with winter now, that's kind of slowed down a bit, but I've started kind of venturing out. I found an app called All Trails to go on to find different hiking trails to be a part of, and I've kind of explored the area, and I've got to learn about a little more of where I live and the nature that's around and some of the preservation of that. So it's been really, really cool stuff.
Nice. Nice. And that's a great area. You're out there. I was actually out in Easton yesterday at the AP DeVille facility, and that's a beautiful, beautiful town. As I came down the hill from there, looked down on the town, it looked like a picture with a little bit of snow on the ground and on the
Yep.
rooftops. It's really beautiful. And the Delaware River kind of snaking through there. Yeah. So that's good. Glad to hear that, Ben.
Thanks.
Brian, Mr. Zier.
Yep. I was able to take advantage of the lockdown early on and do a lot more cooking than I didn't normally do. A lot of pasta dishes, baked ziti, cassoulet pepe, bacon, bacon carbonara, and it was interesting seeing a lot of the Italian dishes that I normally wouldn't do because I was not doing my diet anymore. So, definitely put on some pounds, but it is what it is. Just gotta hopefully turn it around next year.
Yep. Very good. Excellent.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
A lot better than the food we get around here.
I am not a cook, yes, at all.
I'm not great either.
All right. Ed Dolan, are you on the call? Are you there? Ed? Perhaps Ed couldn't make it to the call. All right. I know there's something going on at the business partnership today you may be preparing for. Frank, Yankee Frank.
Yankee Frank. Hi, everyone. Simply
Okay.
put, honestly, it's I never in a million years would have thought that I'd be able to work confidently remotely. I really didn't. You know me and papers all over the place. And where's my stuff? But it's been enjoyable. You know, I can get up. You know, I get up normal time, but now I'm never late. Everybody sees me walking in like 10 after, quarter after. Oh, here's Frank. But yeah, this has been interesting, and yeah, I've gained a lot of confidence working remotely, and I kind of like it. And also, our grandchildren come visit us a lot, and I've been able to spend more time with them too, which has really been really cool. But that's about
great.
it.
Yep. And by the way, I call him Yankee Frank because the voice recognition on my phone could never understand Natalie. It could never. So I changed his name on my phone to Yankee Frank. And I say, hey, Siri, call Yankee Frank. And she gets it every time. So, Irene, let's hear from you.
Hi, everybody. Well, I don't know. Some of you may know that I'm not really fond of cooking, but it's kind of forced me to get some new recipes and try some new things and maybe eat a little healthier and not going out to eat as much. And remind me of simpler times. You know, not being rushed around to go from here and there and do things. You know, kind of slowed the pace down a little bit for me. and not having to wake up and get dressed real quick. I can hang out in my pajamas if I want to for a little while longer. So, trying to look at the bright side. I've definitely gotten used to working remotely. Like Frank, I kind of enjoyed going into the office and using all my setup there, but I've gotten used to it. So it's all good.
Right. Yeah.
Great.
Adaptation, which is a beautiful thing. And we're kind of forced into it, but in the end, it's not a bad thing, that change. All right. I don't know if Jared is on the call. Jared Mascola.
No, he had a final today. He wasn't going to be able to be on the call.
Okay. All right. Jason.
All right. Yeah. So I've worked remotely forever, so that wasn't much of a change. There's a lot more people working remotely here than ever, but that's been nice. Yeah, no, it's I got to spend a lot more time enjoying my yard, which typically over the summer when most people's yards get nicer, mine used to go downhill because I wasn't around much. I used to go visit my parents quite a bit on the weekends, and we were kind of never really spending any time in our yard. So I got a nice fire pit now, and my wife's been doing a really great job with the landscaping. Not the landscaping, but like shrubs and flowers and things like that. And I got my kids finally cutting the grass, which is nice. So the summer was really nice in terms of that. Just the other day, my wife finally became a doctor, which was exciting.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Wow, congratulations.
Congratulations, Jess.
Yeah, she had to go take care of. She actually doesn't have classes today, but I guess she's got something else going on at the school. But yeah, so that was really exciting, obviously, and yeah, I mean, it's been great to see Alpine thrive through this, and we really have been impressive, everybody. I mean, in terms of the efficiencies we've developed and how everyone really did embrace working remotely, and just we couldn't be luckier. I mean, I was on that Datto thing the other day, and they were talking about how certain MSPs went away and other ones thrived, and we're fortunate enough to be one of the ones that thrived, and it's a tribute to everyone's hard work, I believe, and Bill's leadership, and yeah, I look forward to 20 more years.
Thanks, Jay. Excellent. Jay Tiemann, the new guy on the block here.
Yes. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
For me, hands down, biggest positive to come out of this pandemic has been the opportunity to come and work with all of you here at Alpine. In these kind of uncertain times, a lot of people are struggling. I consider myself very fortunate to have the opportunity to come and work for a wonderful company with all of you talented, hardworking people. So I consider myself very fortunate to have that opportunity. I hope that I can be a net positive for the team. And I want to thank all of you for being so welcoming and, sort of showing me the ropes. I appreciate all of you. And yeah, thank you very much. I'm very happy to be a part of the team.
And we're happy to have you a part of the team there, Jay. Thank you. You're very...
And by the way, happy birthday, Jay.
Thank you.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Jay.
Happy birthday, Jay. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right. Jim is out today, so I don't think he's on the call unless he made it to the call. I guess not. Okay. We'll go to Joanne now.
Good morning, everybody. I guess the most positive thing for me has been that, like everyone else, you get to spend some more time with, your family that's living with you. My living family's grown a little bit, but it's been great. I've been able to spend a lot of time with my grandchildren, both sets of grandchildren, and sort of watch them as they thrive and struggle through their virtual learning situations. But it's been fun to be part of all that. And had we not had the pandemic, of course, I'd be at the office for a bazillion hours a day and not be able to, grab lunch with them real quick or help them grab a snack or whatever it is during the day. So I've been appreciative of that. So that's pretty much the most positive for me.
Nice.
Excellent. Thanks, Joanne. Joe D'Angelo. Nice Christmas tree back there, Joe.
Oh, thanks, Bill. And first and foremost, I'd like to thank you, Bill, for giving us the opportunity to work from home during this whole pandemic. I feel really blessed that my family has remained safe, and I think that is a huge part of that. So thank you for that. Yeah, one couple of positive things for me during this whole pandemic is just spending a lot more time with my family, being able to see my daughter every day. And, I know that once this is all over, that, it's not going to last forever. So it's nice to be able to do that. And I've also been playing a lot of golf. And well, now that the weather's been cool, kind of stopped. But over the summer, I picked that up again, and that was fun. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to.
That's great. Thanks, Joe. Kevin.
So I guess a couple of things that have made this past 9 months a bit better is obviously the commute times, and having to not pay for gas has been nice. Feeling like I'm not polluting as much by driving around every day has been nice. But also, I think lunch has been a lot better, where I don't have to worry about like figuring out something to eat. I don't have to get in my car and go to Chipotle or Whole Foods or something. I just get leftovers from the fridge or a sandwich from the deli across the street. Has made things a lot, it's been a lot less stressful being like, oh, I don't have to, run out to Chipotle again for the fourth time this week or something like that in a time crunch. And like, I'll just go grab an apple from the fridge or something. It's been nice to do that. But yeah, it's been nice to be at home and just see a lot more of my apartment than I ever expected to.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Excellent. Very good. Thanks, Kevin. By the way, if everybody knows, if you don't know, that's a picture of downtown Burlington, where Kevin went to college, as his icon avatar there, I guess. So just let everybody know. Malik from PA, what's going on?
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, like a lot of folks, I've been able to spend a lot more time, with your immediate family, particularly my daughter, who is homeschooling, not homeschooling, but doing the remote learning. Yeah, so I'm glad that I'm here to kind of help her stay focused on that. It's very easy for the kids to get distracted. And I'm super grateful that, our situation has allowed us to help other family members who perhaps are not so fortunate, so that's a really good thing as well, and I appreciate that.
Excellent. Thanks, Malik. Renee.
Good morning, everybody. My points are certainly not unique. Yes, the less commuting, although my old commute when I lived in Bound Brook was probably less than a mile. Not commuting from Reddington is quite nice. We had to sell our home over the summer, and a lot of people would think that during COVID that is a disaster. And we were very fortunate in that we had multiple offers, because homes were selling like hotcakes, and we sold the house probably in 4 days, which was a great upside, as well as having the time with my extended family. Also, like Joanne says, my extended family has grown. I'm here and able to assist my parents in their later years, which is great. Help my kids, and just the slower pace has allowed me to find the real joy in the unexpected silly moments during the day with the kids.
Excellent. Yeah, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely
Like yesterday we had a stress ball explode.
Nice.
But
that's great.
But
that's great. Yeah,
not getting upset about it is the good part.
exactly. Yep. Russell
Good morning, everybody. Not to beat a dead horse, but basically the same thing that many else have said. Tons of time at home with the family, both kids, able to see them grow and learn, and another byproduct of that, which we kind of take for granted. I mean, them being forced to do remote learning. My 7-year-old, I mean, the amount of PC terminology and things that she says, things that she can do on the PC now. I mean, she never would have been able to do that at this age had she not been forced. You know, and I'm sure many else are in the same boat. So, and that kind of kickstart at such a young age it makes me super proud too. And it blows my mind some of the things she's able to do at this point.
Excellent. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that the acceleration in technology and what's expected of the children is. Yeah.
I mean, just doing video chat etiquette. I mean, she knows to mute herself and do that whole thing. I mean, there's adults that don't know to do that at this point.
Yeah, we should hire her to do training for our customers. Very good, Russell. Thanks.
When your kids get to be my kids' age, they learn how to blame the technology on not being able to do school.
Oh, she knows that, yeah.
My son's older than I said that for his benefit. But
Maybe
yeah.
she can help us with the Teams training at Mark.
There you go.
Yeah, really.
All right, Steve Ormosi.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have kind of touched on a lot of my things. You know, I think I've filled up on gas like 6 times since March. So I feel like I'm A, saving a ton of money on that, and B, you know, doing my part a little bit for the environment. You know, I've been working on growing out my hair and beard, so that's going well. And but the other thing I think really is you know, I have and a lot of people have been talking about this kind of, but I have a much better like work-life balance when I'm here and like able to, you know, if I get a 15-minute break and I need to wash my clothes, I'm not like, you know, I'll just throw them in the wash or whatever. It's not like I come home and I'm exhausted from work, so I just don't do it, and then it's 2 weeks before I've, you know, done a load of laundry or something. So yeah, it's just helps with stuff like that. You know, I do the dishes more often than I used to, you know, things like that. And I think it just helps out. I feel like my house is running smoother than it was before, when the only time that I had to do stuff like that was after driving home from a long day of work and like going through rush hour traffic. I really don't feel like doing it. So now it's like, all right, I can just do that 2-second thing on my lunch break or whatever. So that's been great. But yeah, that's kind of the big part, the big thing that I've been enjoying about this.
Excellent. Thanks, Steve. Steve Santo.
Yeah. I mean, it's been interesting. You know, my kids have been home a lot more, which has been great. You know, watching them kind of get a little closer to each other as well as all of us. So that's definitely been a plus. The other thing that I kind of enjoy is we've been doing a lot more like walks, local hikes. You know, so I feel like I've gotten you know, more in touch with the environment and the land around us here locally. So that's been really cool. And just, you know, watching this team excel during it all. I mean, that's been amazing, and I'm just like in awe of everybody. So that also was pretty awesome.
Nice. Thanks, Steve. Sujit from the Midwest.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so everybody knows I started the work and remote thing back in January. Obviously didn't expect everybody else to join me, but here we are. Obviously an interesting transition for all of us. I think my initial challenges were really just getting acclimated to everything, but that was a small hurdle with obviously all the tools and everything we have. So I was up and running in very short order. The big things that have turned out well for me, I've obviously had a lot more time this year with sort of my role expanding, trying to work on projects, sort of branch out a little bit from the BPT activities, which has been great. Great learning experiences, great opportunities. Thank you, Jay, Bill, Alex, and everybody for that. I definitely appreciate doing all this stuff. A little bit scary at first, especially the smart team stuff, but it's been going well. And obviously the roadblocks we've hit, everybody's been more than willing to help or help me at least figure out what the solution needs to be. In terms of personal stuff, I've been spending a ridiculous amount of time with my son. Obviously with the remote learning, he is unusually loud. So it's definitely been an initial challenge getting him to use his inside voice, learning to calm down. But I've spent a lot more time, especially since I got an electric bike. A nice thing with Fishers up here in Indiana, it's similar to where we were in Jersey, where everything is like 5 minutes in any direction you go. So I ended up getting an electric bike with like a little cart. I just drive down to Kroger's or whatever the grocery store is. I haven't filled up on gas in probably about 8 months. I sold my car because I didn't need it anymore. So we're just making do with the one car for the wife and the electric bike for me, and away we go. So it's been very fun.
Excellent. That's great. Good to hear that. Thomas.
I mean, I guess for me, it's kind of similar to what Steve Ramosi was saying. Just more time at home, focus more on things here that I would have ignored before. Just made a lot of improvements around here to make it a little bit better. I mean, I just moved here in August, so not too long before the pandemic. Moved in with Vanessa, so that was not really a concern, but definitely proved to us that the relationship's going to last, because being locked in the same room with somebody for 9 months, working in the same room, can definitely stress the relationship. But definitely proven with that's going to be all right. So
Excellent. Thanks, Thomas. All right, I guess I'll go. Well, obviously, same as with many of the stories we heard, I'm incredibly impressed with how we have met this challenge of working remotely. I mean, just a month or so before, we expanded the office so we could have more people in the office, and now there's nobody there. So who would have thunk it? But anyway, that's fine. I mean, we have risen to the challenge very quickly and have really thrived, as many of our peers in this industry have not. So, and the other thing I'm very proud of everybody is that every week I get a conversation with one of our clients, and they say, listen, how do I know if my people are working or not? I got a feeling that people are slacking off or whatever. And how do you deal with that? And I said, well, I have a team that doesn't slack off. I can tell, like, when they're working, when they're not working. It's just not our culture. I mean, we just, if you're not productive, it's pretty obvious pretty early on. The rest of the team sees it. And we don't have people like that around. So I want to give kudos to everybody for your work ethic and the fact that, we don't see your face, but I know that you're working, and I appreciate that very much so. And all the challenges and all the things we've learned through this, and we've actually become more productive in these times because of the way we use technology, which is a mantra we're taking to the market every day. We need to use this technology to improve things. Yeah, things are going to change, and whether you like it or not, you're going to have to adapt, and technology allows us to do that. I mean, look at this call, look at what we're doing. So that on the business side has been great. On the personal side, as you know, I was in Florida for 4 months in the beginning of the year, and we had 2 incredible months in this great town in South Florida, walking around and great nightlife, restaurants, a lot of social life. It was absolutely wonderful. I got to see a lot of people, meet some new people, and it was fabulous for 2 months. And then suddenly the walls came down, and it went from very crowded streets to, I remember standing there on a Friday night looking down the street, and there wasn't a single car, wasn't a single person. And as Tom said, one of the benefits of this is that, I got to spend a lot of time with my wife here in a very small 1-bedroom condo. And one of the benefits is that, well, we didn't kill each other, and we came out of it alive. We came out of it a lot closer in a lot of ways. And so that's been a huge benefit, to be able to spend a lot of time. We used to walk a lot when we were down there, and the place was empty, which was kind of weird, but kind of nice too, because it was just a very kind of a chill atmosphere after a very crazy couple months down there. But again, same thing, to be able to get back some of the time you spend in your car, to not, pollute as much. I mean, what I heard yesterday is that given what's happened with China and the way people are now virtually working and whatever, it looks like the Paris Climate Accord goal of 2%, 2 degrees Celsius increase by 2050 is something that's within reach now, based on what a lot of countries have done and how we've actually responded to this pandemic. So that's a nice thing too. I put a lot less miles on the car, a lot less carbon into the air, and I see that as a benefit, as well as what everybody else said. A lot of benefit by being home and doing things around the house without sacrificing the time I'd spend working. So that's been a beautiful benefit. So thank you everybody for those stories, and we'll move on to the next slide, which is we're going to again do Christmas Eve as an Alpine paid holiday. So we try and do that every year. We can't guarantee it's going to happen based on a whole lot of factors, but this year I think I know that we can definitely do it again, and hopefully we can do it every single year. So you'll have an additional paid holiday on Christmas Eve, and that's what we're going to do again. And that concludes the Alpine holiday party for 2020. And let's hope 2021 is not done this way. Let's hope everybody has a happy and safe holiday season, and peace on earth and goodwill to all. So thank you all.
Holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you so much, Bill.
Happy
Thank you.
holidays.
Merry
Holidays,
Christmas.
everybody.
Christmas.
See you, everyone.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
All right,
Bye-bye.
see you
Happy
guys
holidays, everybody.
and ladies.